Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the UMAC on the campus of Union High School for tonight's matchup between the Union Ladies Basketball Squad and the Owasso Lady Rams. Thanks for joining us on the Union Sports Network alongside Casey Jordan. I'm Jim Douthit. So, partner, let's get right to it. The ladies of Union come into this game at 5-0. They basically beat the tarnation out of a Booker T. Washington team last time we saw them, and it wasn't much of a contest. So what do we expect tonight out of Union?
Well, I mean, they're going to come out and they're going to hopefully set the tempo and set the tone early. That's going to be their goal because once these ladies get to rolling, between Pitts, they get the offense kind of goes through her and McKenzie. So once they get those two heavily involved, they want the offense to run through them, and if it does, it's going to be a long night for Owasso.
So, yeah, and for Owasso's head coach, Toby Nightingale, she's in her first year at Owasso. This is a game that they really need to right their ship. They're 1-4 on the young season, and they lost to Booker T last time out by about 20. So your thoughts on what Owasso needs to work on tonight to kind of right that ship for them?
Yeah, Owasso's in a different situation than with Union. Union's a pretty senior-laden team, where Owasso's not. They only have 3 seniors on the roster, and most of their key contributors are underclassmen. So they're a young team. They're trying to find the rhythm. They're trying to figure out who they are on the offensive side and the defensive side. So, it's just building on that and kind of seeing what they have and go from there.
So there you have it, folks. It's Owasso and it's Union. And we'll have the starting lineups in the tip-off here on the Union Sports Network in just a few minutes.
Welcome to the John Q. Hammonds Arena on the campus of Union High School for tonight's matchup between Owasso and Union. At this time, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
First, let's meet our visitors, the Owasso Lady Rams. At 5'4", a junior, number 12, Chloe Stockston. At 5'8", a freshman, number 13, Selden Stover. At 6'1", a junior, number 32, Ellie Morrill. At 5'7", a sophomore, number 35, Layla Hamilton. And at 6 foot, a freshman, number 40, McKenna Yoakley. Head coach for the Lady Rams is Toby Nightingale, assisted by Johnny Dyson, Kendall Standridge, and Maddie Bohr. And now, for your Union starting five. At 5'7", a senior, number 1, Jermari Harris. At 5'3", a senior, number 3, Janiyah Hendricks. At 5'10", a senior, number 10, Kaylin Nelson. At 5'9", a junior, number 14, Mackenzie Malum. And at 6'2", a junior, number 45, Sydney Smith. Head coach for Union is Joe Redmond, assisted by Jim Stacy, Sean Davis, and Taylor Sells. Owasso girls come in tonight's contest with a record of 1-4 and are currently unranked in Class 6A. Union girls come into tonight's contest with a perfect 5-0 record and are currently ranked number 3 in Class 6A. Officials for tonight's contest, Mr. Kevin Lynch, Mr. Steve Sullivan, and Mr. Eloy Chavez.
And quite the setup that we're used to seeing early on, right, Mr. Jordan?
Yeah, their offense really likes to run through Mackenzie, and she's kind of the key component to the offense. And when she's on, this offense runs like a nice little machine.
They'll try to work it inside to Smith. They love looking at her. She's emphatically asking for it now. Now she'll get it down on the baseboard, back out to Malum, and Malum will dribble around to the top of the key. Inside, nice little jumper there. Off, but big hustle there by Union, and we'll get the rebound back. And Nelson will set it back up. Good hustle there early on.
Yeah, you definitely like to see offensive rebounds early. The more opportunities you get that keeping their offense out and wearing down that defense.
And it wasn't a size advantage there. It was more of, that was a hustle play, simply getting that rebound. So that's good to see early on.
Yeah, she was trailing on the backside, which you really like to see because that's a good way to get some of those easy, what I call cheap rebounds. But hey, they show up on the stat sheet.
There you go. And the first two by Kaylin Nelson. We mentioned her name quite a bit this season. And Owasso will bring it up. They'll set it up. Hamilton will bring it up and set it up in their zone. They'll look to pass it to Stover. Stover inside. She'll throw it back out, and they'll trying to work it inside. Union quick on the ball.
Yeah, playing man-to-man early.
Turnover there, picked up by Harris, and Harris will push it up. She'll set it up to Hendricks. Malum for three, off the mark, but another rebound there. Nelson bounced right to her, and sometimes the ball bounces right to you, sir.
Yeah, that was a good look by Malum. You don't want to leave her that open for a three.
Like that. Oh, she pulled it down to the floor, though. Kind of working inside, turnover there. And Owasso will pick it up. Malum didn't like it or didn't have her feet set?
That looked like she didn't really catch it in rhythm, so it was kind of a smart play. She didn't just throw it up just to throw it up. She set her feet. And
there's a nice drive by Hamilton, and she'll go to the line and shoot two. So when you don't get your feet set, two options, obviously throw up something that's probably not going to go in.
Yeah, I mean, you see it more at the college level. They'll, because those kids, that's all they want to do is shoot threes. But it was a smart choice by her. She didn't take a bad shot. Instead, she, moved the ball around and had a good look, and they just come away with a unfortunate situation and get the ball stolen down low.
Hamilton to shoot her second, drains them both, and we're knotted early at 2. Malum up quick. Nelson working now, back to Malum. Malum will work it around up high to Hendricks. Hendricks back to Malum as the pass wasn't clean. Nelson for 3, bang! And Nelson's got 5 of the 5 points now for Union. Hamilton brings it up. Has a little trouble with the dribble there. Nicely defended. Harris is all over her. Great job by the young lady, and that looked like too many feet. But
yeah, she
didn't get the call.
got away, or she got away with the walk there. But
Right.
sometimes as long as that.
And never mind. There's the call. There's the call. Our officials tonight: Kevin Lynch, Eloy Chavez, and Stephen Sullivan.
Not saying it was, but that looked a little bit like a makeup call. I think he missed that first one, and he saw that one and said, "I'm going to go ahead and make up for that."
There we go.
That happens from time to time. I mean, they're human. They make mistakes as well, but
Absolutely. Now Nelson, big drive. Almost can't finish. Nice rebound there by Morrill. The 6'1" junior for Owasso showing her size. That might be a pretty good little contest between Sydney Smith and Eli Morrill this evening, both at 6'1" and 6'2" respectively. Smith with the rebound. Malum will push the floor. 3, bang. Another one. And Janiah Hendricks is on the board with a nice 3. And Union up by 6 now early on with 4:07 remaining in the first. A little full court pressure there, Casey, something that we see a lot out of Coach Redmond.
yeah, he really likes to push it. Get that pressure started early. Definitely on a young team. They're playing probably with a little bit of nerves right now, so forcing some early mistakes just like that.
There you go. But a nice turnover there, nice hands by Yoakley. The freshman showing her presence early on. And she's scrambling for the ball. Comes away, and Union will pick it up. Malum will push it up the floor. They like to continue to push the pace, at least quickly getting up. Looks like it's going to be a carry.
Yeah, a little bit of carry on her part, but Mackenzie, one thing she's really good at is pushing that ball. She keeps her head up. She just got a little bit carried away right there and come away with the turnover.
Rose checks in for Owasso. Marshall Penny checks in, and TK Pitts check in for the Union. Nice drive there and a finish. Well done by Stover. And two freshmen really making an impact here for this young team for Coach Nightingale.
Yeah, Owasso, I think they found something with that high screen and penetration there because it's been open the last 2 times. It's just that time it was a point guard. The time before that it was the young freshman 6-footer who, isn't necessarily the best ball handler, so you're not going to see her push that inside too much.
Sydney Smith goes right in after the junior in 6'1", Eli Morrill. She'll get called for the foul, and Smith will go to the line. Smith misses the first of 2. Pretty good little ball game early on, and the way these two look on a score sheet, you would think you think Union would come out and they'd be up by 12 or 15, but it's tied early on, and that says something about the preparation that Coach Nightingale had with her Lady Rams.
Yeah, Owasso's playing pretty good so far. You can definitely tell that they're a young team.
Little stop there is somebody's going to have to come out. Must be a little, she's got her earrings in, so she's going to have to take a step out. Take her earrings out. She'll be able to come back in. DeBerry checks in there. Ball out of bounds. TK Pitts with the hustle, but Owasso will get the ball back. So Nevaeh DeBerry checks in as Selden Stover has a seat on the bench, and Owasso will bring it up. Good pressure there. Dribble shot. Nice 3 there 3 ball, and DeBerry off the bench, and Owasso's only down by 2. Back to Malum. Malum will shoot the 3, and there it is. You said it early on that offense runs right through Malum, and when she's shooting like that, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to keep a body close to her because you can't leave her uncontested up at the top of the key. That's one of her favorite spots, and if she gets there and can get her feet set, she's tough to contain.
Right. Yoakley inside, nice little runner there. 12-9 now, and we've got a ball game early on here in the first quarter. What we expect.
It's a good sign that the young team out of Owasso is not just going to lay down. So you like to see the fight out of them. The question will be, can they sustain it as they go forward? Because as long as Pitts and McKenzie's out on the court, those two, they're a deadly combination.
Up high to Malum. Malum over to Pitts. Pitts will survey the floor. Long pass back to Malum. I think they were looking for something there for her to free up and get a shot, but little sloppy now from Union as DeBerry comes away with it. And stolen and a foul called there on Pitts.
Yeah, they were running a set play for McKenzie to shoot a 3 there. It was just a little bit high, so she had to jump and didn't get her feet set, which was a smart decision to not shoot it and force it inside.
So a couple of drawn plays that look like for Malum, but smart on your part is that she puts it on the floor and doesn't try to shoot something that she knows that she's not going to make.
Yeah, her basketball IQ is pretty good, so she's not going to just take an uncontested shot or a erratic shot just to take it. She's going to make sure her feet set because that's when she knows she's at her strengths.
Stockton with the push. She goes high off the glass, ball out of bounds, and Union will get the ball. Nelson throw it at Sydney Smith, checks back in. And Kaylin Nelson gets to have a seat. Harris is going to run it. They'll set it up. Harris to Pitts. Pitts up high to Marshall Penny. Marshall Penny does a little look back to Pitts. Pitts the drive, the nice little floater there. Can't get it to go. Hustle by Pitts, but taken away by Owasso. Nice bounce pass ahead. Up ahead to the freshman. Freshman can't control the ball, and Owasso will slow it down and set it up. For 3, not there, but a good look. And Owasso is, again, as you said it early on, showing some fight here.
Yeah, it's definitely a good sign that they're just not, they're playing very well. They've defensively, I feel like they're doing a good job. They're not letting the ball get pushed inside at will.
Knowing that both of these teams haven't played since before the break, is there any of that going on right now where you've got a 2-week layoff and not any competition like this? You've practiced, of course, but not any big competition.
Yeah, there's going to be some of that, and you're coming in, undefeated, and they're 1-4, so it's going to be a little bit of not necessarily playing down to your opponent, but you gotta show up every night.
Inside, Smith can't get it to go. Rebound there and a scramble on the floor. Take it away to Pitts. Pitts gets it back. She'll throw it up at the end, and kind of sloppy there, but it's a good sign that Union's still fighting. They're finding some fight, but boy, howdy, Owasso's come out, and like you said, they're not laying down.
No, they're not. I see them taking a little bit of a break right here. They're going to readjust, and Coach Redmond's very good at in-game adjustments, so I see him drawing up something for them right here and getting the train back on the tracks.
We're going to get a timeout in here. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. You're listening to Union Ladies Basketball on the Union Sports Network. Welcome back inside the UMAC here on the campus of Union High School. Getting ready to start the second quarter. Owasso will get the ball out of bounds. Hamilton will inbound it right here. She'll get it out to Stockton, back to Hamilton, and we've got a foul off the ball. LeBeau will get charged with the foul off the ball, and unfortunately I didn't get to see it, but you folks at home probably know what happened there. Malum will bring it up, and we're just underway in the second quarter here. Malum to Pitts. Pitts wanted that. She'll put it on the floor back to Malum. Inside Nelson, no basket. Got a hold and a foul off the ball. And quickly, Addison LeBeau checks in and comes up with the first two fouls, 17 seconds in. Not a good sign there for Coach Nightingale. Inside to Nelson. Nelson can't get it to go. Nice hustle there, but unfortunately, a little too over-aggressive by Hendricks, and she'll get charged with a foul there.
Yeah, I think Union's found something with that high pick and roll right there. They're setting screens on the backside and getting nice shots around the top of the key, so high percentage shots that you want to get.
Ball can't be controlled there by the junior in Chloe Stockton, so Union will get the ball out of bounds. Hendricks will take it out. She'll throw it into Malum, and Malum will set it up. Sometimes you can just call this without even knowing what's going to happen, or without happening, I should say. Now Malum to Pitts. Pitts really wants that shot. She's looking for it.
Yeah, they're shooting 75% from the three-point line right now, so they're feeling it from outside. And
TK will take too many steps there. As Stover checks back in for Owasso. So on the floor for Coach Redmond, he's got, of course, Malum, Nelson, Sydney Smith, and a steal there by TK Pitts, and she puts it in. The aforementioned Pitts and Hendricks on the floor for Coach Redmond's squad, and they're going to push it and make them work the entire length of the floor. Oh, nice block there. Sydney said, no, ma'am, you will not come in and try that nonsense. Sydney backs up. Can't get it to fall, but her defensive prowess is still right, showing it's just right there for everybody to see.
yeah, Hendricks was doing everything she could to get her attention, but, Sydney was coming down, dribbling with her head down, instead of looking up court, and missed Hendricks wide open with an easy 2 points there.
Is it one of those things where you get yourself into a place where you're like, I'm going to shoot this no matter what, and you just completely put the blinders on and don't look over the floor?
It's tough because, Sydney's not your primary ball handler, so she was coming down court doing, the best that she, probably could in that situation. It's just tough when you got someone close on your hip and head down to see what's up in front of you.
Stockton with a nice drive there. She'll get the bucket and a chance for a three-point play, which would keep Owasso, or bring him within two, I should say. Out, rebound by Pitts, and Pitts and Nelson almost come together. A little miscommunication there, but Pitts brings it up. She wants to take control, get it inside to Smith, and she's fouled there. When Sydney used to, those were just about automatic inside like that. She's having a little trouble finding the bottom of the basket tonight.
Yeah, she's kind of forcing it a little bit. I mean, she worked on, pivot move right there and throwing it up, but she didn't really get a good view of the basket and just kind of wanted to draw a foul there, and she got what she wanted. So
right. Now she's got to make the two, so she makes the first of two. As Marshall Penny checks back in, the 5'3" junior for Coach Redmond's squad. And the nice hair. Wish I had hair like that. Don't say a word.
just seems like a lot of work.
Probably is a lot of work. Owasso will bring it up now. Redmond with the full court pressure. Nice steal there. Pitts comes away with it. Heads up. Oh, nice pass. Now that's what you're talking about. When you bring the ball down and you keep your head up, that's a beautiful job there by TK. She gets the steal and Nelson gets the bucket. Owasso timeout. They'll take a timeout, and so will we. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ladies Union Basketball on the Union Sports Network. Come back here inside the UMAC on the campus of Union High School. Want to send a hello out to Aubrey Highshaw's grandma listening to us, I believe in Texas, Grandma, if that's where you're listening from. Welcome and thanks for listening in to us on the Union Sports Network. Hope to see your granddaughter out here pretty shortly. See what happens as Owasso brings it down. They'll work the ball pretty well around the perimeter. Great ball movement, but probably better feet by Union as they're hustling to the ball. Nice rebound there by the freshman. She'll kick it out in a 3-ball there by Taylor Rose, the 5'11 junior for Coach Nightingale.
I was about to say you'd like to see her go back up with that, but evidently she knows a little bit more than I do and dish that out, and they got 3 points out of the deal.
There you go. And we've got a ball game, 18-14, Union on top right now with 5:17 remaining. Ball out of bounds. And the Owasso play-by-play guy and I both went for the ball. Don't worry, there won't be a scrum here. Brent's a pretty good guy. Taylor Rose inbounds the ball to Chloe Stockson. Stockson back to Rose. Rose will survey the floor, give it to the freshman. The freshman will kick it back for 3. Oh my! Nicely done there. Taylor Rose with the hot hand, and she's got 6 for Coach Nightingale's squad.
Yeah, if she was on NBA Street, she's on fire right now.
Malum up high, set the screen there, looking for Nelson. Up high to Smith. Smith back inside to Nelson. Nelson hard to the board, and she'll get it in. Now, there we go. That's what you were talking about, getting it inside.
Very good move right there by her. She plays with good body control, so that's something you like to see. And she's smart. She keeps her head up. She doesn't pick the ball up on unnecessary times at the bottom. So good play there by her.
Almost stolen there. Air ball there, but rebound. That freshman, they've got something special in that young lady with a last name of Yoakley, and a head pass. Pitts ahead, lays it in, can't get it, and that'll be a foul. Pitts will get charged with the foul there. Not too sure what the call was on that.
Yeah, I'm not for sure either. I think he's calling a push. I didn't really see it, but
either way, it doesn't matter because it's going to be Owasso's ball out of bounds with 4:08 remaining in the second here. And Owasso's fighting hard. No quit from these young ladies from up north. Want to say hi to Owasso High School Principal Mark Officer. Probably listening to us on the Union Sports Network. Mark and I were met at Broken Arrow, and Mark's one of the finest men I've ever met in the public school administration realm. So Mark, I hope you're doing well. Miss seeing your face every once in a while.
she's not going to like that call, but she did drag her feet a little bit there instead of planting it and staying, so.
Yeah, so talk to me about a big block there. That's 2 or 3 for Smith this evening. That's just not fair sometimes.
Yeah, Chloe's she's got some speed to her, and she's pushed that inside a couple times here, 2 possessions in a row, so she feels like she can get that corner, but once Sydney starts trailing, she's got the length and the size to match up on the back end.
Nelson being a pest, tried to get that ball away, but Owasso controls it. They'll work the perimeter, try to work it inside, up high. Stockton will set it back up with 3:10 remaining here. She'll drive, looks inside, Nicely kicked away, but Sydney was a little bit lackadaisical getting over to that ball, and Owasso almost got it, but we'll get it back, push the floor up high. Big drive there. She draws the contact, and she'll go to the line. Kaylin Nelson, nice job there. Hey, real quick, at halftime, we'll be joined by none other than number 23, Matt Harper. She's a senior here at Union and a member of this girls varsity squad, and she'll share her insights from a player's perspective on what it's been like for her and her Union teammates this season. So that's coming up at halftime with number 23, the one, the only, Matagana Harper. Up by 4 is Union. Nelson will shoot the second of 2. Got to make them pay. If you're gonna draw, make them draw the foul. You got to make them pay at the free throw line. That's for sure. Up ahead now, big long pass, 2-on-2, and nicely done. But Owasso can't finish.
Smart play there by her. She found what she was looking, got a good pass inside. You just got to finish there.
Yep. Winton getting the 6-foot sophomore. Sometimes that basket can be huge, and sometimes it can be little bitty. It was little bitty on her there. Owasso trying to shoot some threes to get back in it.
Sydney was wanting a foul there, but she seems to be forcing a little bit right now instead of taking what the defense is giving her.
Rebound there, and Owasso will bring it up. Jemiah Harris not finding her groove yet quite tonight. As Taylor Rose set it up, the freshman can't make it happen, and Union there for the rebound. But there again, though, Casey, and it's something you brought up all season. When your player shoots the 3, your other players got to get in there and get a rebound.
Yeah,
crash some boards.
Realistically, you want to see them crash the boards, but the game's kind of transcended away from that. You definitely don't see it at the college level. There's not, outside of, if you paid attention to the Oklahoma State and West Virginia game, they dominated the offensive rebound. So you like to see crashing the boards because it leads to second chance opportunities.
Nice drive inside by Nelson, and she'll draw the foul. And it's not falling for her, but Nelson's at least getting to the line. And she's got 11 points of the 22, so she's making them pay.
Yeah, she's dominating on the inside. She's getting very good penetration. Once again, she controls her body very well when she gets underneath. So, if she can keep penetrating, keep getting fouls drawn against her and get to the free throw line and make them pay for it, then, it's going to be a good game for her going down.
Highshaw checks in. Grandma, your granddaughter's in. Highshaw's in. Marshall Penny checks back in as well. Nelson shoots the second of her 2 free throws that she earned. Can't get it, but a nice rebound there by Pitts, and she'll put it back and turn it into a 3-point play just like that. With 1:30, 1:29 now remaining.
Just like they drew it up.
All the time, right?
Yep.
Got a timeout at Owasso. So we'll take a timeout as well and come back with 1:23 remaining in the second. It's Union ladies basketball on the Union Sports Network. .123 remaining here in the second quarter. Union up by 8, but it's been a pretty tight contest. Owasso really playing well. Union not necessarily shooting the ball that well, but definitely getting some fouls and making them pay at the free throw line. Double team there.
Yeah, you got to be careful there. You don't want to pick the ball up a couple feet within that half-court line. She got lucky there, and they got a foul called against them, but that's one thing that, as a head coach, you hate to see.
So you want to keep that on the floor and draw that foul, I'm assuming? What's the play there?
Not necessarily. You just don't want to pick the ball up right there because you're in such a bad position. They're going to double team you and they're going to block a lot of the court's vision. So if you pick the ball up in the corner, you know you're not in a good position to see the court.
Winton inside. Boy, she's really come in and tried to hit that. Playing very, very well, but she's not been able to find her rhythm yet. And there's Nelson inside, nice big body, and she gets it in, and she's got 14 of the 27 for Coach Redmond's squad. As we approach 35 seconds here remaining. DeBerry can't get it to fall, and TK Pitts will pick it up by 10. And I would imagine Coach Redmond's going to want to hold the ball for the last shot here, but we'll see. And I'm wrong.
Yeah, you heard Coach Nightingale there for Owasso say quit forcing. I mean, that seems like their last 2 or 3 possessions. They're forcing the tempo, and instead of taking smart shots, they're taking unnecessary shots that they don't need, and they've come away with no points because of it.
So when they slowed it down earlier on, they're down by 3, down by 2,
Yeah.
and they're in the game.
When they slowed it down, it was actually running their offense. They had a lot of efficiency. The last couple possessions, they just come down and throwing up unnecessary threes, driven in, on their weak hand and throwing up shots that they know they're not going to make, but yet they continue to do it.
Marshall Penny with her first point of the evening, as she was fouled on a loose ball. She'll get 2. Union's lead is now 12, but really, partner, it's been a lot closer than that. For Owasso, they've really hustled and came out here and tried to keep it close.
Yep.
And there's a walk. Taylor Rose will get charged with a walk, and we got 9 seconds remaining here. Pitts will inbound it to Nelson, and Nelson, I'm sure, will push the floor pretty quickly.
Yeah, she'll probably take the last shot if she's got the hot hand. And
like that, off the side. Rebound there, and they'll put it on the floor and relax. So here's what we got coming up at halftime, 29-17 Union. We're going to keep it right here, and we're going to watch our Union High Steppers perform. And then after the Union High Steppers perform, the one, the only, the senior, number 23, Matiana Harper, joins us after the ladies are done. We're back in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the floor your Union Varsity High Steppers. Officers of the team are Lieutenants Taiwana Lark and Brenda Terrazas and Captain Lakin Shelton. They're under the direction of Megan Maddox and Sterling Scheidler. Their sponsor is Ashley Mathis. Once again, your Union Varsity High Steppers.
Stepping out flat, body hot like July. Never ramp on the inside. All I can say, oh na 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 na. No compromise. Putting up day and night. Metal to the battles one. Living in a high of it. And I say never, forget who you are. You a star. Don't just a baby when I'm walking the streets. I know you feeling the heat. Believe me, I'm stopping you now. They're talking crazy, control all the lead. Give them something to see, believe. They don't stopping me now. They don't stopping, they don't stopping me. Oh, oh, oh. They don't stopping me now. They don't stopping, they don't stopping me. Oh, oh, oh. They don't stopping me now. Ladies and gentlemen. Diamonds like the cosmos, taking them coast to coast. Every night dropping that mic, play the win, never giving in, no, no compromise. What you tell them? You a star, metal to the battles one, living in a high of it. And I say never, yeah, forget who you are. Yeah. Don't touch your baby when I'm walking the streets. I know you feel it with me. Believe they don't stop and deny. They talking crazy, control of the lead. Give them something to see. Believe they don't stop me now.
Well, folks, welcome back into the UMAC here during halftime. I'm with the one, the only, number 23, Matt Tiana Harper. And Matt, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
You're looking great. You're looking great. So let's get right to it. We only got a few minutes, and I want to make sure that I give you all the time that we can. Talk to me about the end of last season.
Man, it was really sad. I mean, we literally showed up and they just canceled it. And we worked so hard. We practiced long practices. I mean, we was getting added in practice. But to have them just cancel like that, I would say I really feel bad for the seniors.
Right.
Because it's their last year, and you never know when's the last time you're going to wear a union suit. And it was just really sad for them because I feel like all our confidence was rising as we were going through the tournament. I feel like we had a really high chance of winning this year.
Well, and if we go back and think about it, I think you had, 2 losses maybe on the season, if not, if that?
Yeah.
And you're playing probably some of the best basketball at the end of the season. So you're sitting on the bus, and Coach Redmond comes back and says, it's over?
Yes.
Wow.
Just think, you're getting game ready, you ready to play, and then he says, I'm sorry, but it's been canceled. So we're looking forward for the tournament to come back, but it never did.
Never did. Now let's talk a little bit about you. Your season's coming up. You're a senior. You're looking for, you know this team. They're playing tremendous basketball. You're a part of something, and you're still a part of something. Talk about the knee injury. What's that been like for you?
The knee injury, I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was like, okay, gotta get this injury done, this surgery done, gotta go through rehab. So I was thinking, okay, this is gonna be cool until we get to the surgery. Soon as I get after surgery, it's painful for the first 2 weeks. Like, you have to really be mentally ready. And it's been crazy. But rehab has been getting better and stuff like that. So.
Well, and I know you and I have been talking a lot since I'm lucky enough to have you as a student. And, you've talked to me about the rehab and what it's been like. You've worked your butt off. What's it been like? How is this affecting basketball in general, as far as what kind of skills are you still able to keep up with? Are you able to do some dribbling drills and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, but it has to be in place. I can't shift my knee at all, so it's hard to go between the legs or do combinations without having to step and stuff like that. But I can do dribbles in place, double cross, just technically fundamentals like we do as kids, but not shifting the leg or anything.
But it's important for the kids that are listening. That's still important, and that's something that even as seniors, even in college, this is stuff you're going to practice day in and day out.
Fundamentals, you gotta always have fundamentals. It's never, how can I say this?
Well, it's probably something that you never need to stop working on.
Yes.
There you go. There
Definitely.
you go. So getting ready to go to college. You only got a few months left here as a senior
It's
at
crazy.
Union. It is crazy to
Went
think
by
about.
fast.
And it does go by fast as some of the boys walk by. Southwest University is it Georgetown, Texas?
Georgetown, Texas.
There you go. Talk to me a little bit about, I believe it's Coach Groth and Coach German. What was that experience like for you?
As far as the recruiting and everything?
The recruiting and everything.
To be honest, I really enjoyed it, especially going to the campus. It was really pretty. And just going to college, that's just man, I'm really finna be leaving home. But I really love the coaches. They're really nice. I love the players. Got to talk with them a little bit. So.
What are you going to study? What's the major?
Kinesiology, because I want to be a PT, physical therapist.
Look at you. Well, you've got a lot of, unfortunately, you've got some experience going into this. Right on. So what was it about Georgetown that was appealing to you? Because I know you had some looks. I follow you on Twitter, and I know you had some looks for some other universities. What was the appeal of those folks there?
Georgetown, it feels like a safe town. I mean, it's close to Austin, and that's where all the young people go.
Right.
So it's like the location is.
So there won't be
wonderful.
anybody like me there.
Uh,
All the young
well,
people.
well, it'd still be,
Easy.
but yeah, but definitely it's a lot of young people stay there. So
Sure, sure.
and
University
wanna-
of Texas right there. I mean, obviously
oh
you got a lot of great
yes.
folks there. Take me back now with your experience here with Coach Redmond. Obviously, he will always be your coach.
Of
I know that.
course.
I know that. What's he taught you? What stuck with you through the years?
The main thing he taught me is you have to earn everything you get. I would say that. Because throughout the years, I had to work hard just to be on varsity. Like, because at first I started out with not even really being on JV. I was just on the sophomore team. And then I had to do extra conditioning, and then I got to JV, and then boom, at the end of the year, I was on varsity. And it really meant a lot.
But you worked.
I
And you
worked
put in
hard.
the effort.
Yes.
So Coach Redmond and I've heard this out of Coach Garcia for sure. I mean, he starts 2 freshmen all the time.
Yeah.
And it's because of work ethic. And I would say Coach Redmond, that's doing the same thing for you.
Of course. Like, everything throughout this whole union experience, I had to earn everything. Like, nothing was ever easy at all. A lot of adversity.
Well, and that's good, and that's going to transcend for you when you get to college for sure.
Yes.
So, well, good. Well, listen, number 23, the one, the only, Matt Harper, thanks for joining us so much.
Thanks for having me.
And we wish you the best, and we'll see you around campus.
Yep.
All right, thanks,
Thank
son.
you.
You bet. Matt Harper, everybody. Welcome back in here to second half action. I hope you enjoyed our interview with number 23, Mattiana Harper. And I tell you what, great young lady as we're back underway. And Union comes out firing, can't control it there, and they'll set it back up. On the floor for Coach Redmond is Hendricks, Malum, Nelson, Harris, and of course Sydney Smith inside, and she gets the ball there. She'll draw the foul early on. Great young lady there, and you mentioned something, Casey. You were talking to Matt Harper as we were coming back on air, and you said something about major hip surgery that you had. But as a senior, going into your senior year, she's torn just about everything in that dadgum knee, and still getting an opportunity to play some college ball down in Georgetown or Southwest Georgetown University in Texas, and I mean, that says a lot about a coaching staff that's looking at her work ethic and what she's meant to this team here.
Yeah, the biggest thing, she'll need to really stick with her rehab. I mean, you know, they put those protocols into place to get her back to where she needs to be. So as long as she does everything she needs to do, realistically, she should be back at full strength in no time. So, you know, she just sticks with her rehab and wish her all the best.
For sure, and I tell you, I guess it's one of those things when you're 18, you bounce back a little quicker than when you're in your late 20s, early 30s. You, not me.
Early 30s.
Early 30s. All right.
I mean, I'll take late 20s, but we both know that's
yeah,
not
we know
accurate.
that's a lie. That's a lie. So Nelson will take it out of bounds. She'll inbound it to into Malum. 31-17 with 6:30 here remaining in the third. and the coaches on the Owasso bench trying to will their players back into this game. Nelson stepped back, little jumper, and she has found the mark. That's a nice little shot for her.
Yeah, Wasso's going to a little bit of a 2-3 zone, which kind of surprised me because that leaves a lot of open shots. And as good as Nelson's shooting right now, you don't want to give her those easy little 10-foot shots.
Owasso put it on the floor. Nice reverse there. She can't get it to go. Smith with the rebound, and Malum will push it up the floor. Looking up. Nice little inbound. Nelson up underneath. Can't get that one to go, but she's going to find her own rebound. And they're going to call a jump ball. Coach Redmond kind of throws his hands up in the air, but yeah, it'll be a jump ball. Owasso gets the ball back here. TK Pitts checks back in. Hendricks gets to have a seat. Coach Redmond barking some orders here as Sydney Smith looks over at us like we needed to ask her a question. I don't know. That was kind of funny.
I don't know for sure what was going on there.
I didn't know either. I think she was looking at us for some sort of explanation, but we didn't have one. Wassel will work it around up top. I love the confidence that Nightingale has in this freshman. As a double dribble's called there, and Pitts will take it out of bounds. But I really like the confidence that they have in this Yoakley young lady. Keep her out there. She's played a lot of minutes tonight for Nightingale.
Yeah, I'm not for sure if she's come out at all. She's actually played very well for being a freshman. This is a tough spot for her. Outside of schools like Union, Owasso, Jinx, places like that, to where
Steal there.
From where I come from, she would just be getting minutes because of how big she is.
Right.
So
Right.
it shows a lot that young freshman is getting a good playing opportunity here early.
Not there. Rebounds being screamed there from the Owasso bench. Something that we talked about. Shot goes up. You got to get into the boards and get that rebound. And that's something that Owasso's pushing their young ladies to do. Malum will slow it down. 5 minutes remaining now in the third. 33-17 Union. Nelson up high to Harris. Harris back to Nelson. Over to Malum. Little switcheroo there, and Harris will back to Nelson. They're working the perimeter pretty well right now, trying to work it inside to Smith, I would imagine. But Pitts will take the 20-footer there.
Yeah, she was open on a couple looks right there, and they finally found her, and they got what they wanted. Nice ball execution, nice ball movement, get the defense rolling, and found an open spot in the zone and took advantage of it.
So the Union Basketball Booster Club would like to thank Keith D'Alessandrano, probably mispronounced that, and I apologize, and Pinnacle Home Design for their sponsorship. Pinnacle Home Design specializes in new custom home design along with home remodels and additions. Visit their website at pinnacle-design.com for more information. That's pinnacledesignco.com for more information. That's what happens when I read it cold. Don't look at me like that. So, why is Coach Redmond calling a timeout here? You're up by 18. Seem to be flowing pretty well. What did he see that he didn't like?
Even though they got points out of it, they seemed a little bit lazy on that possession. It doesn't matter how many points you're leading by. You can't ever get too complacent with the lead. Basketball is one of those sports to where, Owasso could go on a 10-0 run and bring this within a single-digit run score. So you kind of want to get them to wake up a little bit and realize, hey, this game's not over with. Let's go ahead and finish strong and take advantage of our opportunities.
Something Coach Boynton probably could have done with his Oklahoma State Cowboys last night.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up.
Blew a 19-point lead, but that's what happens when you shoot 64% from the free throw line.
Got to make those free throws. We talk about fundamentals of basketball all the time. Owasso will get charged with the travel there.
There's probably a good reason why I'm not a Division I head coach, because they would have shot 1,000 free throws and then ran until their feet bled after that game.
I don't know if that kind of coaching, the Bobby Knight style of coaching is really out the window now. And I'm not saying he was right or wrong. I'm not going to take a side on that. But sometimes you can get a lot out of a player by being extremely hard on him. And it's coaches like Bobby Knight. And you mentioned I had a coach like that in hockey when I was a kid, when I was 13 years old. You had coaches like that as well.
I mean, there's a reason why Eddie Sutton was so successful in, places that I've been, whether it's Connor State or Oklahoma State with baseball. I mean, it was you played, and if you didn't play and produce, you weren't going to be out there. They wanted excellence, and that's one thing that right now I feel like our men's basketball program, they're not striving for excellence. They're just striving to be out there.
Inside and a foul. Nicely done there by Morrill, and she'll draw the foul and go to the line and shoot 2. Sydney Smith gets her first foul, and something as I look up here on the scoreboard, Casey, it's nice to see everybody on the floor just has 1 foul. So Union playing some very good defensive basketball.
Yeah, they are. If I'm also looking at that. If I'm Union, I'm attacking Ellie early. She's got 3 fouls right here. If you can get her 1 more, they're going to have to sit her back down for the remainder of the second half and then try to bring her in a little bit later in the fourth quarter. So attack her early and attack her often.
Yeah, and she's had some really good battles with Sydney Smith under the board, especially on our offensive side of the ball. So
yeah, you want to see her play smart. She does have 3 fouls, so once again on the Union side, take advantage of that. She's going to try to keep her feet on the floor, so push that into Sydney and let her take advantage of it.
There's a little pushing and shoving underneath, as you talked about that, between the 2 of them. Marshall Penny now, round up hot to Smith, uses the backboard, nicely done. Just like you said, get her inside. And Smith's got 7 on the evening. Boy, Malum almost got the steal there. They'll get it across, and Owasso will set it up.
Yeah, she's got to be careful there. TK's a very good trailer. You could hear a little bit of a wolf action called, and if you get her falling on that backside, she'll pick the pocket.
Owasso there with the bucket. Down by 16 with 2:41 remaining. They'll work the perimeter inside. Nice little turnaround jumper. Boy, all air there. Nice little look. Couldn't get it. Little collision there. Pitts and DeBerry have some nice little conversation there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a hustle foul. She had no intentions of putting her on the floor right there, but good move by her to help her up and let her know, hey, that wasn't intentional. That was just me trying to get the ball.
So on the floor, a plethora of players come in for Coach Redmond. Highshaw right here in front of us. Alongside, nice steal there. Beautiful rebound, can't get it to go. And hustle by Coach Redmond's squad. As I try to complete who's on the floor, as I look over the floor. The aforementioned Highshaw. Of course, Harris is still on the floor. Marshall Penny, along with Kaylin Nelson. And who am I forgetting? Oh, Janiah Hendricks.
Grandma's not going to be too happy with you on that one.
I said Highshaw, didn't I?
You did, but you forgot her, so.
Oh, Grandma. Hi, Grandma, sorry.
Don't worry, I got you, Grandma.
I know. Yeah, see, Casey Jordan, ladies and gentlemen. Nelson misses. One of the few misses she's had this evening. She'll shoot the second at 2 here. Drain 1 at 2, and they're shooting pretty good from the free throw line. I don't have the stat right in front of me, but fundamentals are working for Coach Redmond when they get to the free throw line this evening. Yep. Unlike your Cowboys.
Kaylin's having quite the night. I mean, she's got almost 50% of Union's points tonight, so she's got a hot hand. And with Mackenzie sitting out right now, I could see the offense running solely through her.
Foul will be charged there to Miss Marshall Penny. But again, it's her first foul, only the third of the half. Owasso will get to keep possession here. Up high, Stockton. She'll survey the floor, put it on the floor, and go hard to the hole, kick it back for 3. Nicely done there. Nice shot by Winton. And some good ball movement by Owasso. Now a turnover, possibly, can't see it, yeah. No, Owasso maintains possession there. Good hustle on their part.
Yeah, she made it 3 and then come back down, made a good defensive play right there to
Marshall Penny charged again with the foul, but I tell you what, Coach Redmond's happy with the young ladies' hustle.
Yeah, she's playing good aggressive defense. She just got caught a little bit, getting a little pushy, but you like to see her up on the ball handler, not letting her just have an easy lane to the basket.
And so it's a good thing, and I was talking to Matt Harper earlier about, the young folks that are watching there. Sometimes there are good fouls like that, and the foul's charged to Marshall Penny, but there you got Coach Redmond giving her the clap, so that's a good deal.
Yeah, I mean she's playing good aggressive defense. You can live with some of those. It's those ticky-tack fouls that you don't like to see. So as long as she can keep that pressure up, she should be able to force a few turnovers as long as she can stay in that hip pocket, which is where, as a defender, you want to stay. So
Morrill checks out for Owasso.
yeah, that's big for Union. That was her fourth foul, so they lose a little bit of the length on the inside.
It's early on. Big three there. Off. Rebound. There's the freshman, though, again. Push it up. Nice hustle there. Scramble on the floor. That's going to be a jump ball. That's going to be awarded back to Union, though. Pretty smart play by DeBerry for Owasso just to kind of put her hand on it.
Very good hustle play right there.
On both ends of the floor, I should say, or both teams, I should say.
Yeah, Owasso's down right now, but they're not going away, and they're not laying down. You like to see the fight out of the young squad, so you want to see Union finish strong right here.
Up high to Penny, and she'll slow it down and survey the floor. Over to Hendricks. Hendricks back up top to Harris. Marshall Penny again. Back to Hendricks.
They're probably going to try to drain the rest of this clock, and then I could see them pushing it inside to Kaylin once they get it down to probably 5 or 6 seconds, let her take the last shot.
Well, and you see Nelson down there directing traffic. She's telling everybody where to go, and there you go. Boy, howdy. And Nelson bounced outside, almost back to basically the free throw line was wide open. Kind of a design plan, almost like Nelson was trying to draw it up herself.
Yeah, you could see her just kind of hanging around in the backcourt. You could tell that they were wanting to get it to her either at the top of the key or for a three right there. So she was just hanging out and waiting until about 5 or 6 seconds to make her move.
Owasso down by 14. We come back with the fourth quarter on the Union Sports Network coming up next. Welcome back in here to the UMAC for the fourth quarter. Union on top of Owasso, 38-24. As Taylor Rose will inbound it here for Owasso. Owasso looking sharp in their maroon and with black numbers. And Union with the great home whites with red embroidered numbers and letters. Always looking sharp, our ladies from Union, as Malin brings it up. Now, having a lead like this, is this similar to what we saw against Booker T? Because here's Coach Redmond. He's got pretty much his starters back on the floor. Matter of fact, he's got all his starters back on the floor to start the fourth quarter, up by 14.
Yeah, I mean, even though they're still up by 14, it's not a too comfortable of a lead. So they're not going to just take the starters out and put in some backups to let them give them some time. They're going to try to run their offense and build up that lead a little bit more to where they hopefully can get some younger ladies in to get some playing time. So build that depth moving forward.
Errant pass there by Taylor Rose, and turnover. Ball will be awarded to Union. TK Pitts throws it in. Hendricks and Malum up top. Over to Hendricks. TK looking for it inside. Sydney still battling underneath. Some good movement there. And Owasso does look like they're playing a zone, if you will.
Yeah, they're running a 2-3 zone with a low safety help.
And the foul, Sydney hard to the basket. She puts a smile on her face. She'll get to shoot two. Yoakley will get charged with a foul. And here's something to think about, partner. Yoakley, that's her first foul. So you got a freshman, and you mentioned it. She's played the entire game inside, and that's her first foul. That's some great defense by the young lady.
Yeah, she's pretty smart. She keeps her feet on the ground. She doesn't take unnecessary risk. That's going to build her confidence moving forward, which, as a freshman for her, that's a good sign.
Wassel will set it up. Kick it back up high. Stockton will survey the floor, and she'll dribble around. Pass now to Hurtad. Hurtad will dribble around. Some nice little movement there. Almost draw the foul. She loses it. Just hung onto the ball just a little too long, right?
She did, and TK with a brilliant coming from the backside. No one saw her there, and she got a clean little swipe at the ball, picked it, and then made them pay for it on the other end.
41-24 now. Union on top of Owasso with 5:45 remaining. And Owasso starting to get a little sloppy, it appears. But they starting to push a little bit more.
Yeah, she's got to watch that push off right there. But
big bounce pass, nicely done. Oh, look for the outlet pass there. That was really, really nice by Hendricks because she knew she had no shot. She tried to dish it off.
Yeah, she was pushing it, but she kind of had TK in the back of her ear chirping at her saying, "Give me the ball." So it happens.
Sydney Smith inside, nice little spin move, and you betcha, she's going to make that every time. It's a nice little move. Foul will be charged there to Alexis Winton. Winton's third foul on the evening. Smith will complete the three-point play.
Yeah, they looked a little bit tight there in the third quarter. Seemed a little bit loose now. They're having fun. You saw Sydney and TK having a little fun, acting like they were fighting a little bit. And it's good to see them smiling and pushing the ball and being aggressive.
Now, Ellie Morrill checks back in for Owasso, and with 5:28 to go, are you gonna try to push it into Sydney Smith when we get the ball back and make her foul?
Yeah, I would, but it's because she's in foul trouble. So if you can get her to sit back down, that takes some of that length away from the Lady Rams, and you're able to push it into Sydney and TK. And
now Nightingale going with a full court press, something new. She's wanting Union to work the entire length of the floor like Coach Redmond does on just about every occasion, it seems like, anymore.
When you have a defender like TK, it's hard to not want to run a full court press or
nice
man.
Board, wow. Jamari Harris with a nice rebound and put back. One of the shortest young ladies on the floor, and by golly, she got in there and got a rebound. Nicely done.
Can't measure heart.
That's it. Harris with the steal. 2-on-2, she'll go right to the boards and blocked away. Big block there by Taylor Rose. Hamilton checks back in for Owasso, the 5'7" sophomore. And Taylor Rose just got the block, checks out. Malum will throw it in. Oh, Harris wanted that shot. It sure looked like for sure. Something made her put it on the floor. Now Malum to Harris. Harris to the corner.
Yeah, you could hear Owasso's fans calling for a walk there, and she got away with it a little bit. But, you know, that's just one of those things that it happens, and as an offense, you keep pushing it because you know you got away with it, so you might as well try to take advantage of it.
And they did there as Marshall Penny goes to the line to shoot two. She had a nice little drive and fouled on the shot. She'll shoot two. So, hey, coming up next, don't forget, Owasso boys take on our boys. And that's going to be a great contest because the Rams, as was written on their website, took Jinx to the woodshed, I quote, as they blew out Jinx by 32, I believe, in a contest that happened right before the Christmas holiday. So this will be a great test for Coach Garcia and his boys, and that'll be coming up at approximately 8 o'clock this evening after the ladies are done here. Out to Malum. Malum will shoot three. Boy, she's liked that shot, and she's looked good shooting it all night. She just can't get it to fall.
Yeah, she's been a little bit unfortunate on that side of it, but she's a smart player. She's going to keep shooting it because even though it might not be her night tonight, tomorrow probably will be. So she's going to keep shooting and take smart shots. That's one thing you like from both her and TK. They don't take unnecessary shots, and typically they make you pay for it.
And Coach Redmond typically is going to give those young ladies the green light, too. If they're feeling it, let them shoot it, correct?
Yes.
Nice finger roll there. And the freshman, again, she's got 4 points and played every minute of this evening as the foul will be charged to Morrill, and she will have a seat.
Yeah, that was a smart play there by McKenzie. She had her one-on-one, and she pushed it in. She knew she had 4 fouls, so you want to get her off of her feet and hopefully draw a foul, and that's what she did there. So she's done for the night.
LeBeau checks back in. Addison LeBeau, a 5'9" senior for Coach Nightingale's squad. Malum will shoot two. Sometimes you get the roll. As Highshaw is the first one to come out there and give Malum the congratulations. Nice rebound there. And we've seen that 2 or 3 times tonight, partner, where a miss off a second free throw, rebound, and you turn it into a 3-point play, and that's nice to see. There's a steal. Harris with the steal. And I'm not too sure what the call was, but it looks like it's going to be Owasso's ball out of bounds as Hendricks checks back in. Malum has a seat.
I don't know if maybe she stepped out of bounds after she stole that or what, because I don't think they called a foul there.
No, there was no foul called for sure. She had to step out of bounds. Marshall Penny with some great feet, great defense. Nice hustle there by Hendricks. Big smile. TK Pitts knocking her around a little bit. That's hustle. You can't teach that.
No, you can't. That's something, you know, she doesn't have the height, so she's got to use her speed and her quickness to get some of those cheap steals, and you know, they show up on the stat sheet as a steal either way, and it's nice to see her being aggressive and taking risk whenever she knows she can.
Oh, beautiful job inside to Aubrey Highshaw. That was a nice bucket by her, and she's on the board with 2. Owasso's going to take a timeout, and so will we. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Union Sports Network. As we welcome you back inside the UMAC here on the campus of Union High School, Union Public Schools wishes to thank TTCU for supporting Union schools and Union athletics, and the Union Athletic Department would also like to thank Advanced Orthopedics Oklahoma, our sports medicine provider for all district sports. 2:26, 2:25 now remaining. Union up by 26, if my math is done correctly. Casey will check me.
Yes,
Thank you.
that is correct.
Highsaw loses the ball. Owasso comes away with it. Oh, and a steal. Get right in there, and the foul. Harris with a nice steal and hard to the basket. And one of the dads behind us said, don't foul, but well, it's tough not to try to stay aggressive on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, you don't want to give her an easy layup there, so, you know, whether he liked it or not, it was a smart play. Make her earn it at the charity stripe.
Harris will shoot the second of two here. Spring in her step, and she's got 3 on the evening. Three ball there, way off. Foul's going to be charged. Kenny Arnold just checked in. Should be charged with a foul there. Owasso works it up high. They're going to throw it away. Nice hustle there. Well done. Owasso keeping it in play there. Addison Pruitt with the nice hustle, although ball's out of bounds. That was great for her to get that ball back and try to keep it close. Union brings it down. 136, 135 now remaining. Union's just going to slow it up. And as soon as I say that, there's Highshaw. Aubrey gets 2 more points, Grandma. She's got 4 on the evening. I know you're keeping better score than we are, though. Great job there. And as soon as I say they're going to slow it up, what do?
Yeah, they're sticking with that full court pressure, which has been working for them. It's kind of been a staple of their defense all year. And, you know, even with some reserves in, they're still pushing that full court pressure, which you like to see, and it forced a turnover right there.
Highshaw's going to try to inbound the ball here to Hendricks. Instead, she'll throw it across the court to Marshall Penny. And with just over a minute left, this game is all but over, partner. Great effort, really, by Owasso. You got to hand it to them. Those girls played really, really hard, especially the first half. We saw some good stuff. Now, not to be said, Union was playing a little sloppy, but that may be because Owasso came out ready to play.
Yeah, Owasso came out early and, you know, forced them to do some things that they weren't accustomed to. So, but once Union found their rhythm, they got their flow going, and it's hard to stop them whenever they get in a rhythm. You get that trio of Nelson, McKenzie, and Pitts out there, and they're tough to guard in that situation.
Union will head to Putnam City Thursday. Both the boys and girls are playing in the great Putnam City tournament that they play in every year. I'd like to thank Putnam City for pulling that off this year in this weird COVID-related year. They're going to be able to pull a great tournament that's going to have about 8 different teams from across the state, and Union's fortunate enough to have their boys and girls going down and playing. That will be streamed. Unfortunately, it won't be through the Union Sports Network. You get a hold of Putnam City and check on their website. You'll be able to find out where you can watch all the Union and practically all the basketball that's going to happen down in Putnam City. That's coming up this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week. Under 30 seconds to go here. Owasso, nice little pick and roll there. Errant pass picked up. Nicely done. Grace Hildebrand shoots it in. And Hendricks is just going to slow it down as we come up with 8-7-6. Player of the game tonight, the one, the only. Who are you going to call? Sydney Smith, Kaylin Nelson, what do you got?
I'll have to go with Kaylin Nelson. she was a force on both ends of the courts, and it was, she made her presence known early, and she didn't hold up and kept forcing it at the end of the game, and she had a very good game.
So, Union, your ladies from Union. Ladies from Union, that was right this time. Are 6-0 on this young season. They head to Putnam City for a tournament. As again, you could check the Putnam City website, their public schools website, for the information on how you can watch the ladies. For us, we'll see you in a couple of weeks, as I believe we host Sapulpa. Mike Rose, the athletic director there in Sapulpa, will host Sapulpa. That'll be in a couple of weeks on a Tuesday night as the Chieftains come to town. Don't forget the boys are coming up here in about, 15, 20 minutes. For Casey Jordan, I'm Jim Douthit. Thanks for joining us. The boys are next on the Union Sports Network.